Okay, hello Hive community. I'm gonna show you how you can make a World of Warcraft model based on the human base model that Wolfar has posted. He posted it here. So what you need to make this character become a character with this gear, you will need what is it called? World of Warcraft model viewer. You need the latest version to get the Shadowlands gear, if you want Shadowlands gear. You can get it from their Discord. Their website is not up anymore, so the only working version for Shadowlands is on their Discord. I can leave a link in the description. The second thing you need is a up-to-date World of Warcraft installation. You're also gonna need Mdlvis, or how you pronounce it. You are gonna need Magos. You're gonna need Retera's Model Studio, and I think that's it. I may be forgetting something, but I'll mention that later on if I am forgetting something. So the first thing you want to do, you want to find a character with gear that you want to take into that you want to port. So you can see that this character has some mesh or geosets that normally don't follow with the base models, but I'm gonna attach them anyway. So let's just start with making this character in the model viewer. I know the character in the dressing room is a female, but it's gonna work all the same with a male. So you go in World of Warcraft model viewer, you open character, you find human, and click the human male HD. I'm not really sure what the SDR is, but I'm normally just using the plain HD. So it's a little bit laggy, and I mean, it could be better optimized. It's a little bit slow, but you'll bear with it. It's normally fine. You're gonna click the head first. All you want to do is just go through the gear pieces there, and then search for the gear piece. Wing Commander's helmet. And there it is. Just equip all of the pieces. Right, so it seems like I forgot the gloves. Let me check. The gloves, Guilewind Stone Talons. Okay. Also, one thing I should note about this latest version of World of Warcraft Viewer is that I haven't been able to get the kivers, or how you pronounce it, to work. And, hold on. Yeah, okay, so as I was saying, I haven't been able to make the quivers work. They just don't show up when I select them from the menu. But Let's just skip that. The logic for attaching a quiver is going to be the same as attaching any other mesh or geoset that you can find. So I'm just going to find a suitable cape for him. It's not going to be anything special. Just something that fits the color scheme. This is a nice cape, I guess. Maybe a weapon too. Gonna make him a two-handed something. Maybe an axe or maybe a big sword. Doesn't really fit. I mean, his armor looks sophisticated, kind of. So I guess something like this also looks like slightly sophisticated. That's even the right word to use. Guess I can use this. Yeah, alright, I'll go with this. So what you want to do now that you have made the character is that you want to export the model to OBJ. Yeah, don't mind all the folders on my on my desktop. What did I call the folder? Just one moment. Yeah, World of Warcraft base model tutorial. Tutorial guy, I'm gonna call it. Right, successfully exported. So what you want to do now, just keep this window open. Look at his body shape. Look at the kind of gloves that he's using. Look at the kind of legs that he's using. What you want to do is open up Retera's Model Studio. Go to the folder where you have the base model. Right, apparently I haven't extracted it yet from the archive. So just extract it. I'm going to leave you with a folder with the base model and some textures. So open it up in Retera's Model Studio. Sorry if I'm slurring my words a little bit. Okay, here you go. So as you can see, he has a lot of geosets or mesh attached to him. So we want to shave a lot of that off and make him look like this guy, at least in his body shape. So you start by going into the edit mode and make all of the mesh invisible. This is what I think is the easiest way. Maybe you have some easier way or a faster way. So what you want to do is select the mesh that fits to his body shape. I'm just going to go down. You can see that these legs or these calves, they aren't really the same calves as he have. I'm just going to continue down and mark all of the mesh until I find the right stuff. You can see these thighs, they are the same. These gloves are also the same. These boots, oh, they are here. The previous base model that I did use before Volfar posted this updated one, they didn't have these specific boots. So I guess those are new on this base model. So we're going to continue with his torso, yeah, his midsection. The belt also has actually an additional geoset. I think it is included in this base model actually. It should be that one, right? Yeah, that is the one. Alright, so since this model has a helmet, you don't really need any here. So I'm not going to add any of that here to him, but he does have a cape, a long cape, so I'm going to use that one. Alright, and that's all I need, I think. Let me just double check it. Yeah, alright. So now that I have selected all of the geoset I need, this is what I want to keep. So do not delete this. What you want to do is just invert the selection. I haven't found an easy way to do it in Retera's Model Studio, so I just tick all of them. So the ones that are unticked, you want to tick them, and the ones that are ticked, you want to untick them. I'm just going to go down like this. Right, so you want to delete all of this and leave only the stuff that you need. Now you have him exactly as you need him. I'm gonna go ahead and save this model as a tutorial guy.mdx. Then I'm gonna select wavefront OBG from here. I'm gonna open the exported model from World of Warcraft model viewer, because I'm not sure if a lot of people know this, but you need the latest version of Retera's Model Studio. You need the Reforged version because it can open OBJ models and convert them automatically to an MDX format. So you open it up. I always select times 64. It makes the model a little bit larger than the base model, but I'll resize that later. Just click 64, click to convert all of the textures to BLP. Then you will find this guy. So what you're gonna do now is you are gonna remove all of the stuff on this model that you don't need, the stuff that is already in the base model. So shoulders, you want to keep them. The belt is there, so you want to don't keep that, I mean. And see. Yeah, basically this is what you want to keep. This is what you want to attach to the bones of the model that you have optimized or made from the base model. So again, just invert the selection like we did earlier. Tick the ones that are ticked and untick the ones that are unticked, and then delete. And then you're left with this. Save as MDX tutorial guy geosets. So the first thing you want to do is that you want to make sure that these things are not black squares. You open up Magos, open up the tutorial guy geosets, then you check the materials. Alright, so I had to stop the recording a little bit because I'm also working while I'm doing this. It's no problem, but I'm getting some stuff to do sometimes. Well, anyway, as I was saying, to remove the black squares that you can see in the weapon and in the helmet, you want to open up the material layers. You open up Magos, right? You open up the model in Magos. I might have gone a little bit too quick. You click Windows, Material Manager, and you can see all of the materials. Not really sure which ones are using that material, but just double click on the top one, double click on that, try to change the filter mode to, I select Add Alpha, normally works. Yeah, that was the wrong material layer. Just do this until you find the ones that correspond with the black squares. Right, so it seems like the stuff on the helmet, the black one, uses the same material layer as the rest of the helmet, so I'm just going to remove that. I'm just going to use that or do that in Retera. So geosets, fixed materials. Right, so open up your base model guy, tutorial guy. Here you have him with no textures at all. What you want to do is go to the folder again with your tutorial guy. And you can see that you have a lot of PNGs here because they are the exported textures from World of Warcraft model viewer. Just delete them. You don't need them. They're converted already. I normally just delete everything I don't need, so I keep it more organized. So here you have all of the textures in BLP. Now you want to edit his textures, change the body texture and the cape texture. You can see most of the work is done already. He's using the proper textures, he's got the proper boots and got the proper gloves and everything. Now I'm gonna attach the extra stuff that makes him look real badass like this guy. So what you do, just to keep it organized, is to untick all of his geosets, file, import from file, select the geosets that you have made from the exported model, open it, then it's going to open this importing tutorial guide geosets fixed materials into tutorial guide. So what you want to do here, import all of the geosets, leave all the animations. It's a little bit laggy, it's coming around any second now. Do the same with bones. Leave all the bones. I never import any of the bones because it does contain some bones from the exported models. And do the same with the objects. Leave all. Alright, when you have done that, you click finish. And then you're gonna get some warning. I don't think it's anything you have to care about. Click OK. Now you have all of the geosets, and like I said, they're a little bit too large, but that's fine. All you need to do, go here. The new geosets will already be selected. So you just select all of them, scale, and scale them down. You can now select all of the other ones. They're going to be deselected, so you can still see them, and you can scale the geosets to the right sizes. But first, you can see that they're a little bit incorrectly rotated. So click rotate and rotate. Okay, maybe they weren't that incorrectly rotated. They were in the previous base model that I'm normally using. But it is incorrectly aligned. Should be a little bit more to the right. Drag it down. I think they're still a little bit too big. I don't like it when they look so bulky, so I'm just gonna make them a little bit smaller. And a little bit. This should be fine. Alright, so as I said, we want to delete the black square. It's too bad that the black square is a part of the helmet. It makes my job a little bit more complicated since I can't really pinpoint the vertices of the, or actually maybe I can. Here are two of them, and here's the other one. It's got one more. To select more vertices, just hold shift, then you will add to the selection instead of deselecting the previously selected one. Just select them all, click delete, now it's gone. Looks a lot better. So, I have started remembering the name of the bones, but to attach the geosets to the correct bones and make them follow the animations, the first thing you want to do is to open up the model in Mdlvis. I think that's the easiest to see what the bones are named. Let's see, there you go. Alright, so open up the base model, the tutorial guy that you made earlier. Click Modules, Sequence Editor. I don't know why it's on the ground like that, but anyway. Bones. Yeah, and you can see you have a lot of bones here. Click. Okay, Bone 0 Volfar. I guess he renamed the root bone after himself. That's funny. Anyway, you can see for the shoulders, you have to use this one. So this is bone B28, and this one. This is B38. You go into Retera again. I think this is the easiest way to do it. Maybe other people like to do it differently, but I just select the shoulder that I want to attach, right-click, reassign matrix, click B28 and B38, accept, and then it should already be following his animations, as you can see there. And you do this for the other parts too. So this shoulder should be B27, B34. So let's see, 27, B34, accept. Yeah, now that's connected too. And then it's the belt. All right. The belt is a little bit more complicated. I normally just do it the easy way and connect it to the bone that moves his whole torso, because I'm not sure what vertices in this belt have to be connected to which of these bones to make the actual belt move to the sides properly, like correctly when he moves. So I just connect the whole belt to one bone and make it follow his waist. I think it's this bone, B2. Reassign matrix. Let's go with B2 and then check his movement. Yeah, it looks correct, but the belt needs to be moved a little bit, so just make his torso visible, make his belt visible, and then you move it to the correct location and move it a little bit to the right, make sure it's properly rotated, and this should look fine. A little bit up maybe. Nah, it's too high. Be more down. Actually, I think huge belts looks really stupid. I'm gonna scale it down a lot, then just attach it. Yeah, I think that looks better, actually. I think the overly big belts in World of Warcraft looks really, really silly. Okay, so this is fine for the belt. If you want to be more meticulous about it, then go ahead. I'm not gonna do that. And then the last thing we want to attach is the helmet. It is very straightforward. It should just be attached to one bone. And I think that's like bone B51 or something. At least it was in the old base model that I was using. It may be different here, but let's just try that before I'm checking it in Mdlvis. B55, I think it was, not 51. Yeah, that looks correct, I think. Let's check the walk animation here. Yeah, this is the correct head bone to use. There is a little bit of clipping in the helmet, I think. So I'm actually gonna resize it a little bit, move it a little bit up, and then, yeah, this is fine. I mean, this works. Oh, and the weapon, of course. The weapon has to be attached too. So I'm gonna attach the weapon to the bone down here. This bone, B201. Yeah, here's how I think Retera's model studio is a little bit strange, because sometimes it doesn't contain all of the bones that you have in Mdlvis. So, how I normally have done this before, when it shows a different bone, or a bone that you can't even find in Retera's model studio, is that I save the model like this. Tutorial guy, almost final. Open it in Mdlvis. Here you go. And this is what geosets? 10, 11, and 12. Sequence editor. And then bones. Show geosets 10, 11, 12. And then you want to connect it to, what bone was it? 201, right? I think. And then you click, what was it again? It should be a button here that says reassign vertices or something. I'm not sure why it's not showing up. I normally don't like working in Mdlvis because I think it's not as straightforward as maybe Retera's Model Studio, and it's very buggy and clunky to use. Some people may hate me for saying it, but that's my experiences so far. I'm not very experienced in model creation or model editing, but I do know how to at least make a character from a base model. I'm just for fuck's sake. Let's try with detach object first. Attach. Oh, okay. I had to select them first, so maybe I'm just stupid. So attach vertices to bone. To bone, have this selected, bone B201. Have the geosets that you want to attach to the bone. Select the vertices, and then you click the attach vertices to bone. Then save as almost final 2. And then I'm gonna open it up to see if the weapon is actually following the right animations. Alright, just hold on a little bit. It's not properly saved yet. There you go. And no, it didn't work. You know, I say just screw the weapon, attach it with the trigger or whatever in game. So delete it, and here you have the base model. Save it as tutorial guy. Final. He's gonna be of a enormous file size. Tutorial guy final. He's like 36 megabytes. So what you want to do if you want to reduce that number, save as MDL tutorial guy final. What I do to reduce the amount of animations quickly is to just open it up using Notepad++. You can see the sequences. To delete one animation, you connect from this bracket until all the way up here and click delete. Walk fast is normally the run animation, so I rename that to walk. Stand ready first is for one-handed weapons, right-handed attack. Attack third and stand ready third is for pole arms. Stand ready without any identifier like third, second, or first is just off-handed attacks. Or not off-handed, I mean unarmed fists. And then you have second, that is two-handed weapons. That's the one I want to retain. I'm just going to delete everything that I don't need. So I'm going to rename stand ready second to stand ready third, and stand ready I'm going to remove it. And stand hit, remove all of the cinematic animations. Mostly you can just remove them. I'm gonna make this really simple. I'm not gonna retain a lot of animations. Only attack second, a spell animation, and I think that's it. Yeah, and maybe a channel animation as well. Portrait talk animations could retain them too, actually, but not all of them. Scroll up, just delete, and you can check the animations here, by the way. Like if you want to keep them, you can keep them. Portrait. Yeah, the portrait animation is bugged, so you might want to remove that. Spell. Stand word. Where did the spell animation go? There you go. I want to see which of the portrait talk animations I'm going to keep. Yeah, Portrait Talk 3 isn't really suitable for Warcraft 3 because he's going to lean forward in the portrait and his head is going to move out of the borders. It's going to look a little bit silly. So I'm just going to keep Portrait Talk 2, and that's going to be the only Portrait Talk animation it's going to have. There you go. Attack second. It's a little bit down here. And you can see that actually the other attack second animation is called cinematic something. It shouldn't really be called that because it's very easy to remove it when it's named 6555444. So I'm just going to do first delete all of the unneeded stuff up here up until spell throw. Attack second rename to attack 1, and cinematic this one rename to attack 2. Attack slam second just rename to attack slam. Yeah, and first victory 2 cinematic. I think everything else can be deleted. But this is a bare minimum. I normally keep some other animations just to have some role-playing game usability, like sleep animations and maybe some some other animations that you want to keep. This has way more animations than the previous base model I've been using now. Just scroll down until you reach the bottom. And no, it does have dissipate, decay, and decay flesh and bone animations. That's nice. It didn't have that in the other one I was using. That's nice. I was normally making them myself, but this dissipate animation looks better than the one I made, and yeah, the decay flesh and bone was the exact same, but this simplifies it a little bit. So go all the way down, leave the stand 2 animation, and then you want to go all the way up and remove until the attack first 2. Let's see if the stand animations are seamless and looking good though. If he goes from stand 1 to stand 2 without twitching. It takes a little bit of time. Right, stand 2. I think he twitched. Let me check again. Yeah, he twitched. So this is gonna look weird, right? Normally, yeah, I'm not even sure what that is. To have 2 or 3 stand animations is just to have some variety, to make him look a little bit left or right, or do something, and to not have him just standing straight up and down all the time. So I'm gonna remove it because he's gonna be randomly twitching with some seconds interval and just leave the normal stand animation. So now he's at his very bare minimum of animations, which makes his file size considerably smaller. Open it up and save it as MDX. All right. Tutorial guy final unoptimized. So to reduce his file size even more, I open him in Mdlvis unoptimized, the one I just saved, optimization, optimizer. I take all of these except for increased compressibility. When I have done that, his animations gets a little bit fucked up, and his quality. I'm not sure what it does, but it seems like it deletes some vertices, and it makes him look really low quality when you do it. So I take all of these, I click optimize, and then it's very important that you save them right away without any additional changes in Mdlvis as MDX. Unoptimized, I'm going to change that to optimized.mdx. The last thing you want to do before he's complete, open him in Magos, calculate his extents, and then here you have him. Save as, tutorial guy, final version.mdx. Here you have a fully converted World of Warcraft model using Volfar's base model as a base and the World of Warcraft model viewer to get him to be the character I just made. His file size is final version 780 kilobytes. That is actually really small. Smaller than I normally get it. I think his quality is reduced a little bit, but if you're fine with that, then go for it, I guess. If you don't want the quality reduction, then I guess leave him unoptimized. But then he's going to be at a really huge file size, so be careful about that. You can see everything is working fine. Spell, attack, slam. I forgot to remove this animation, but you know how to do that. I forgot to remove attack first too. But other than that, he's good to go.